Hello and welcome to Treasure in Every Verse. I'm your host, author, and Bible teacher, Kevin Madison. Thank you for joining us today. Okay, friends, we're back and we're going back into our study on, basically the foundations, right? And the foundations, biblical foundations are so very important. They help you understand who God is, what God has done, why God is doing it, how God did it, and the ultimate purpose behind it all. People have all these questions about what's going on. You know, Number one, is there really a God? Well, the answer to that is pretty simple. Yes. Number two, you know, if there is a God, what is he like? Who is he? And why, if he's good and loving and kind, like I hear about, why in the world is there so much evil and wickedness and and suffering and pain in this life? Why is it like that? Well, folks, the scriptures answers all those questions. God doesn't leave it to chance. He don't leave you and I here to try to figure this stuff out. He literally told us in the book. The problem is, as humans, fallen in nature, we cannot understand God. So as God began to bring about his redemption plan and save some, he begins to reveal his self and his knowledge and his plan to those people. They begin to tell us about the God that everyone truly wants to see. And the reason why you have people claiming to be atheists or agnostics is because they've gotten to a point in their lives to where things are so traumatic. I'm not talking about, suicide or anything like that. I'm saying that they've gotten to a point in their life, and it can be really good, but they had no trouble and they're multi-billionaires, whatever, to where God isn't necessary. Or things are so bad, there can't be a God because no way he will allow this to happen to me. Now, what I'm doing here is laying the foundation. And folks, let me say this. Now, I'll be generous with this. This ministry isn't for everyone. Why? Because it solely focuses on God. I don't know if you noticed, I've done thousands of videos. I don't know if you noticed that I don't talk about anything else. I don't talk about money. I don't talk about healing. Why? Because what good is that if you're going to die and go to hell? I don't talk about those things because that's not the most important thing in life. The most important thing in life is to know God. So, in preaching the gospel. So that's my focus. And that's what the Bible is all about. The Bible isn't about anything else. The Bible isn't about me. It isn't about you. It isn't about evil. It isn't about good. It isn't about any of those things. The Bible is about who God is, what God did, and why God did it. And the process of how he's bringing it to pass. That's what it's about. So that's what I stick to. So you're never going to find me going off into those tangents, friends. I answer questions when people ask me those things, but I'm not interested in teaching that. Why? Because it's useless. I've mentioned to you several times why there. I have a series called Why Suffering. I haven't taught it yet. I will eventually. But it's still the focus on it. It's God. It isn't, how to get out of it, because you can't. You can't. That's the whole point. So why waste my time on that kind of stuff when the scriptures? How many people know this? How many people know what I'm showing right here? And that's why they have a faulty view of God, because their teaching has all revolved around themselves. The preaching today is all about how to make life better in this world. Life isn't going to get better in this world. Well, it can get better for the individual or worse for the individual. But according to God, folks, this world is coming to destruction. Right now, the destruction is being restrained. The evil that you and I see today, it's literally being restrained. You know, there's coming a day where God said, I'm going to remove the restriction that I currently have on evil and futility. Do you even understand what futility is? Do you understand why people are not as evil as they can be? It's because of what's written in this book. So why would I focus on that when I can tell you the source of the issues and get you to understand why God is allowing things to happen the way they are? Once you get to know Him, then you're going to fully understand why there's evil, why there's sickness, why there's healing, why some people are rich and some people are poor. You're going to fully understand the conflict if you know Him. All right, so that's what we're about to get into. So last time we were here, I showed you this, right? And the focus really is this right here. Who is God? And if you go from Isaiah chapter 40 all the way through chapter 46, God lays it out in such beautiful terms. It is unmistakable when you finish reading those chapters who God is. And He shows each and every last one of us that He is Spirit called Father, He is Lord called Christ, and He is the Lord of hosts called Jesus. See, there's three gods? No. And it's not one God playing three roles. It's one God revealing Himself through the scriptures. This Spirit up here is the triune God. This Christ right here is the visible part of the invisible God to the spirit realm. Do you understand that there's two realms? Let me show you what I'm talking about. There are realms. If you guys think this came from the cartoons, that's folks. Look, I'm just gonna say it straight. A lot of the stuff you see in movies, a lot of the stuff you see in these cartoons, you know where that come from? Folks, that come from demons. It comes from demons. They're revealing to people what is actually true. They think they're just making stuff up. They're not making anything up.